How's it going, everybody? Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. I can't believe you're here. I don't know why I sound like Tony Romo right now. Jim. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you guys could subscribe, that'd mean a lot to me. And watch Tobin and Leroy weekdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 560 WQAM's channel. I will put the link there. A subscription there would mean a lot to me. Just got back from being boots on the ground at the Miami Heat's loss to the Denver Nuggets. Tough one at the Heat's house tonight. Snapped their, was it 7-8? 7-8? I think it was 8 in a row. Miami Heat had a bit of a streak going in their house, and that was derailed today by Nikola Jokic. I don't know if you guys know this about Nikola Jokic, but that guy's good. He is good at basketball. And it's like, he's so frustratingly good at basketball because, he just feels like he can, move the pieces wherever the hell he wants to at any point because he's got just that vision all over the place and getting his guys involved. And, Bam mentioned this today. Bam had some fascinating stuff on guarding Jokic because it's not like guarding anybody else in the league. Yes, he is a physical, brute force because he is a big dude, but it just is like played and like it can be played in the mud and then he's blowing past you and then it's swings it to the wing and it's a give and go and all of a sudden he's cutting to the rim. I mean, he was just a surgeon out there today, man. There's a reason the dude is 2 MVPs on his shelf and they're cooking right now, man. I mean, best team in the West. Didn't have Jamal Murray tonight. He was warming up before the game and trying to, I guess he's working on some knee stuff. And obviously you want to be very careful with him. But, he hasn't had Murray in 2 years. So you want to talk about a guy who can just get it going with anybody. That's what Jokic can do. And he was, doesn't matter. Put the pieces out there. They'll figure it out. Thomas Bryant made his Nuggets debut today. So you saw a little of him, but really, really impressive to watch Jokic. He's kicked the Heat's ass. It feels like every time I go there, he kicks the Heat's ass. And it was a close game today. Don't get me wrong. It's not like it was a blowout, but dude just feels like, he could do it when he wants to do it. And it's a tough matchup, man. It's a tough matchup for anybody in this league, but it's a fascinating one when you see him against, first of all, like if there's ever a mismatch, like, all these times where like the Heat try and like he'll have Bam switched out and you'll end up with a guard and some clumsy center will throw up a brick against, whoever, Lowry or Gabe Vincent, whoever gets switched on him. If you do that with Nikola Jokic, you're dead. He's just gonna score the bucket. He never misses at that stuff. If you give him a freebie or you give him a mismatch, he will destroy you. And and it's pretty much the same way. Like he'll just sink you and lull you, and all of a sudden he's just moving past you. It was a fascinating watch. Now that being said, the Heat were fighting and clawing in this one. In a game where they were shorthanded because not only did you not have the usual suspects, Victor Oladipo out, Kyle Lowry remains out, but Tyler Herro was out today too. So your only real guard with NBA experience tonight was Gabe Vincent, who also was kind of dealing with some foul trouble. And you brought in Jamari Bouye, who is currently on a 10-day contract up from Sioux Falls. And I don't know if some people call him in Summer League, but he's done some nice things, and I thought he played a pretty nice game tonight for just being brought up. Got screwed, and oh man, did Spo get pissed at this? He got screwed out of a call where they called a travel on him. I really thought Spo was gonna lose his mind. I mean, he was like out there like miming the dribbling. I don't know how much they showed on television, but perfect view from it where we were right below the broadcast booth, and it was hysterical to see Eric Spoelstra freak out like that. But it was one of those things where like tonight it was the Heat got off to a nice shooting start in this game. and got nice nights downtown from Gabe Vincent. He did hit multiple ones from three. Jamari Bouye did as well. Max Strus was chucking up a lot of shots from downtown. He was 4 of 14. Hit some Max tonight, finished with 23 points on 20 shots. It felt like he hit all of the hardest ones, and then like the simple ones just, I don't know, all hell broke loose. I would have liked to see them go down with the ship a little bit more with their two best guys at the end of this one for sure. But, Max is trying to step up in that Tyler Herro role. You don't have Tyler Herro. He's stepping into the starting lineup. Had some real pretty ones. I mean, had some falling into the stands, had some beautiful reverses. I'm not saying like Max Strus was a dog tonight because he came up with some really, really difficult plays. I just feel like when you're going to go down, let's go down with the top guy. There was I would say that Bam, it took him a little bit long to get going in the second half. I think it took him to like midway through the fourth quarter to put his stamp on that and really make an impact. There were a couple bad breaks late. Jimmy had a putback on a Max Strus miss, but then they called basket interference, so that one got held back. And then Bam, he got a bucket on Joker, brought it to within 4 with like a minute left, comes back on the other end, gets a sick block. And then, they get it to Max on the other end, and he turns it over. And that really felt like if they would have gotten a bucket on that one, it felt like the Heat would have probably snowballed that one into a Heat win. As seconds were ticking by, Max got fouled shooting a 3. He tried to do the thing where he like misses the third one to give the Heat the crack at the tying 3, but it didn't work. So the Heat did drop to 32 and 26. Nuggets, who continue to just run the Heat and have for a while, they go to 40 and 18 on the season. So tough one. Here's a little bit of Bam after the game. This was him on the challenge of Joker.
I don't even know how to describe that. It's very slow pace and on his own time. The one thing I can't give him, though, he's very patient.
Bam, getting back to the challenge of Jokic, how much more of the defending him is the challenge mental, or is it more physical against him?
I mean, I wouldn't say mental. It's just he's a 2-time MVP. But I think the thing for him is just not giving him space, and that's the toughest part because he's so crafty, and he can pass. So I don't think it's really mental. I think everybody else who's not guarding him has to be mentally prepared when he makes those crazy passes. But you guarding him, you just gotta force him into some tough shots, and he gonna make tough shots. Like I said, he was the back-to-back MVP.
And here's Eric Spoelstra on what Denver brought to the table.
I would assume that he probably is getting better. I don't know enough of their, nuances, to know exactly where. But already he's probably seen every kind of coverage, in the post and all the different ways to defend the cuts. And they do a great job of just putting him all over the court. And so if you take away the post-ups, which we're pretty good at doing that, you put him up at the top. If we disrupt that, they get to pick and rolls and then play out of them, throw it back to them on those. Also, the mid-post flashes where we get Bam. So they're going to find a way to get him the ball, somewhere, somehow. And then he just plays the game. He's just reading the defense. He's not predetermining anything, whether he needs to get a bucket or a pass. He's just reading where the mistake is, and he does that probably as well as anybody.
Meanwhile, some good news. Tyler Herro is going to the 3-point contest. That was buzzed about the arena in the pregame today. It was very hush-hush, but it was finally reported by a lot of the Heat beat guys. So Tyler Herro is going to Utah. Really good for Tyler Herro. I'm happy for him because, first of all, I thought Tyler Herro should have been an All-Star last year. I thought he deserved it. I thought the Heat as a 1 seed deserved multiple All-Stars. I knew that there were some weird injury concerns, but I really feel like Tyler Herro, the only reason he didn't make the All-Star team last year was because he was a reserve for the Heat, but he had put up such quality numbers. I felt like he was deserving of going. I knew this year with the Heat kind of being a lower part of the Eastern Conference, a lower seed, a lower playoff seed, I didn't feel like Miami was going to get 2 guys. And especially with Bam and Jimmy, especially with Bam and Tyler not really being in the the fan vote on anybody's mind. Like, you're gonna get one guy sent from the coaches. They sent Bam, and then probably if it wasn't gonna be another guy, it was gonna be Jimmy. So I didn't think Tyler had much of a chance this year, even though he's had a fine year. It's bummer that he's out right now. I really would have loved to have his firepower late in this game for sure. But I think this is cool. I'm glad that he gets to do something on the national stage and have a chance to succeed. I think the last guy that he'd had was, I want to say it was Duncan in the final season before the shutdown, and the Heat cleaned up. That was the year that was Derrick Jones Jr. won the dunk contest. Bam won the skills competition. Remember, Derrick Jones Jr. had the whole controversy because Dwayne Wade gave Aaron Gordon a 9, and airplane mode ended up winning it. But and I thought for sure Duncan was going to win the three. I thought the surest thing that weekend was Duncan was going to win the 3-point contest, and now Tyler Herro is going to get a crack at it. I think he's got a good shot. Look, I mean, all these guys can shoot. That's for sure. But this dude, I'm telling you, man, there's something pretty. You watch him warm up, the type of shot repertoire he goes through. Everything just looks so pretty coming out of his hands. So Heat will have not only Bam there, and I don't know if Bam's going to do the skills competition. It feels like he should, right? Like he's a reigning champion going back to the All-Star game. Feels like he should get a crack at that, but it is cool that Boy Wonder, should he be healthy, apparently this is not, it's just shooting contest. Not like he's got to play in a game. It'd be kind of cool if he's going to get a chance to go out there and represent and get that opportunity to be on a national stage. I think that's really, really cool for Tyler Herro. I think he could win it, man. I think he could definitely win that thing. Tyler Herro has got a really pretty shot, and I think he can clean out a rack here, dude. Let's get this going, baby. I love it. I love that Tyler Herro is going to get that opportunity. Wish that he was out there tonight. Wish that he could get. I can't wait for this All-Star break. Quite frankly, I can't wait for the Heat to get a little bit healthier. But look, this was a tough one for sure. Losing to Denver. Denver, look, they got the 2-time reigning MVP, best team in the West. Yes, they had some injuries. The Heat had a ton of injuries too. Like, the Heat had their top two dogs. You could argue that Denver had their top dog, and then some danger with Michael Porter Jr. out there. They did not have Aaron Gordon, or they did not have Michael Porter. Or they did not have Jamal Murray. So yes, they were shorthanded too. So, it was a tough one. It definitely was. It was once again comes down to the last minute, and it's got to be tough to be in these emotional swings of, right there, and then you win, and then you're right there and you lose. It's the story of the season. It swings, but when you're losing to a quality team like that, it doesn't sting quite as bad. And it's not like going out there and losing to the Hornets or anything like that. It's just the Joker's good, dude. He does things on his terms. It is a beautiful yet frustrating watch if you're in the on the other side of it. As a basketball fan, I think it's a cool thing to see. And by the way, he was out there whining and dining with Nikola Jokic. So a little Serbian pipeline if he ever gets disgruntled. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Jovic is out there. Jovic recruiting Jokic.